Hey everybody, we're going to take a look at how to do a 2-5-1 progression. A 2-5-1 progression. This is commonly used in jazz music. Sometimes you find it in other genres, but it's kind of like the bread and butter of jazz music. So it's really kind of essential that you know how to play at least one major scale, or preferably all 12, before you start diving in and doing 2-5-1s. But so even if you just know one scale on the piano, you can start doing 2-5-1. Let's take a B flat major scale on the piano. Sorry if that wasn't perfect technique. I did a little jump there with my thumb, but so a B flat major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we put a number to each of those notes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what would 2 be? 2 would be C, right? And what would 5 be? 5 would be F, and obviously 1 would be B flat. So 2-5-1 at its most basic form, at the most basic level, it's a chord progression that goes C, F, B flat. But we didn't assign a chord quality to those notes yet. Okay, so if we add some bass notes there, we have C, F, B flat. That's going to be the movement. Okay, so now you should be practicing your scales on the piano diatonically. You should be doing these scales, the modes, and all that kind of stuff. So if you play a mode of the B flat major scale, which would be the Dorian mode, starting on the second note for that to represent that 2 chord. And we make a 7th, let's make a 7th chord based on that scale. We just made C minor 7th. Now let's do the same thing on the 5th note of the scale. Okay? Alright, we just made F7, so C minor 7, F7, and then our root note, our 1 chord, is B flat major 7. So in a 2-5-1 in a major key, the 2 chord is minor, C minor 7, F7 or F mixolydian, and then B flat major 7. Now this is really bad technique though. That's very awkward. I shouldn't have to do that. Okay, what I want to show you, and I want you to start doing this in all the keys, is shell voicings. And I'd like to give a shout out to Chaim Cotton, my teacher at the New School many years ago. Had us doing this, and he introduced me to this style, this technique of learning how to play chords, and it's really awesome. So let's look at that. Let's go back to the C minor, the 2 chord, and the B flat 2-5-1. The 2 chord is C minor 7. What's critical for you to understand is that the 3rd and the 7th of every chord is what makes it sound the way it does. Okay? So C minor 7, what is the 3rd and what is the 7th? That's right, E flat is the 3rd and B flat is the 7th. Do you see how I played that? With my thumb and my middle finger. That's how I want you to play that. And add the C bass note. Now we have C minor 7. I'm only playing 2 notes. C minor 7. Don't forget that. Now let's look at F, dominant 7th, mixolydian. What's the 3rd and 7th there? 3rd, 7th, right? Okay. Do you notice anything? This note is a shared note between C minor 7 and F7. This note was back in the first chord we did. Remember we did this? C minor 7, now we're doing this. So an easier way, instead of doing this and jumping around, would be to just keep my thumb on the E flat and slide this finger down to the A, because this note is in both chords, C minor 7 and now F7. Okay? Now B flat, major 7. What's the 3rd and what's the 7th? 3rd, 7th. Well, there's another shared note. That was in the F7 chord. So let's try it. C minor 7, F7. Now remember B flat major 7, it goes B flat, D, F, A. So I'm going to keep my middle finger on A, and I'm going to slide my thumb down to D. Okay, that's called the shell voicings. C minor 7, F7, B flat 7. Get that comfortable. You can practice it in rhythm. Okay? Now, next thing is to do is reverse it. So put the B flat on the bottom and the E flat on top. Right? So that's how you get started on your 2-5-1s. And I advise you to go through all the 12 keys and do the 3rd and the 7th like that. Right? Oops, I messed that up. Right? So once you get that down, then you can start using your other 2 fingers to create a lot of cool stuff. So if I want to do, but always keeping the 3rd and the 7th. Right? Now I can add in the 5th and the 9th maybe. And then for F7, I can, the dominant 7th chords, obviously we'll talk about that some other time, but you can get really crazy with those. See my 3rd and 7th right there. On the dominant 7, we can do all kind of stuff. We can say like, that's pretty nasty, I like it. Right? But baby steps, 3rds and 7ths, 3rds and 7ths, 3rds and 7ths. That's all you need. All right, so get started on that and let me know how you're doing, and if you need any help, send me a message or a comment